Hello, everyone. I am Cartoon Kitsune, and I am very happy to welcome you all to the finale of Shattered Reflections. As always, I
Well,
am here. As always, I am here with my lovely, wonderful, amazing players who I love so very much. If you guys want to introduce yourselves and your characters from top to bottom.
hi, my name's Avi, and I would applaud right now, but I can't because I'm on push to talk. Anyway, but I am going to be playing your local real kind detective Shirozumi, who has been going bloodthirsty in my mind for the past several days,
He is going absolutely feral, and we love him for it.
foaming at the mouth.
Hi, I'm Candlestick, and I'm playing Dr. Crystal Everlight. Um, I will get back to you when she actually hands me what she's feeling.
Hello, I am Oatmeal. I will be playing the professor, as usual. And, I just went through his sheet and ticked off all the things that he's already done, with regard to spells and shit that he's spent, because it's more than... It's a good deal. It's a good deal.
Oh,
hmm
He's good, but, like, he casts some high-level spells, so yeah.
I will say, you did mark off the long rest you guys got back in Evelyn's area, right?
I did. I have simply
mm.
cast two high level spells since then.
Gotcha. Just want to make sure. Speaking of the past, let's do a quick little recap. So, when last we left our party, you guys finally managed to track down Angelique after she had constantly been running for you guys. And better still, you were able to patch her up and convince her to go along with you guys. And she did. She agreed to use her regalia to hopefully get A's name back, with the hope that by doing so, she might be able to join their little system as an alter and thus survive that way. Speaking of the system, all the girls finally managed to reunite. They had a brief little scene together, which we skipped over, but I did write a doc about it. I'm not sure if I'm going to record that or not at some point, but either way, I did finally write that down.
It's good. It's
Hey,
nice.
hey, thank you. But yeah,
To the description of
after that, you guys traveled further into this area towards the exit, past the Hall of Mirrors, saw a whole bunch of weird stuff, and eventually reached the end. And once you place the final piece of regalia on its pedestal, all of the pieces of regalia, along with A's pocket mirror, fused together to form a little crown that had the name Aurelia engraved onto it, which is, of course, her name. And all seemed well for about 10 seconds before Angelique suddenly disappeared, and a certain little bastard with horns and a stupid toothy grin showed up and ruined everything, as he is wont to do. The Prince of Gourds had a long ass monologue where he dropped a whole bunch of lore regarding the deal he made with A's mother way back in the day. But especially of note was the fact that A's name was not the payment for the deal, but rather it was collateral to ensure that A's mother paid up when A was born, and that he would take A's soul. Needless to say, the party was not okay with this, and thus they entered into a new deal to hopefully save her. That being that if they can defeat the prince in a fight, then he will have to give up Aurelia's soul and leave her alone and all that. But if they lose, then he not only gets her soul, he also gets their souls. So, needless to say, the stakes have never been higher. And thus we begin our battle. We have already pre rolled our initiative, but I still have to give you guys the map for this.
Woo.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. I will note that the map is actually quite a bit bigger than this. This is just kind of honed in on like where all the characters are. So, brief description on who everyone is. So, at the back of the map to the north, that is the stage. The little blocks on either side of the map are the stairs. So, basically, if you want to get up on the stage for some reason, it's about 5 feet up. So you're gonna have, if you don't take the stairs, you're gonna have to like make some kind of roll to get up there.
Mm.
We've got Aurelia is the darker pink dot off to the side, um, still bound to this very ornate chair and forced to watch this whole thing go down. The other girls, we have Colette, Lyra, and Evelyn, and notably Colette is holding Lilibet. The three of them are tied to these wooden stakes that are coming out of the ground and are all gagged, so they can't speak. And at the back is Angelique, who is currently tied to a large wooden cross with these thorny vines that are jabbing into her. And the cross is about 10 feet up, so it's a decent bit higher up. So there's that. The black dot in the middle, that is the prince. And over at the bottom, we have the blue dot for Crystal, we have the brown dot for Izumi, and the orange dot for Professor. So that is all the map. Any other questions about that before we get started with the initiative?
Is this... Are we kind of going with, like, we are teleported to this position? Because if I remember right, the professor was on the stage?
I think we did teleport at the end of the game.
Yeah, I did mention that
I think
there
we
was
did.
teleporting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I forgot. Thank you.
Yeah. So yeah,
All
the
right,
prince
I'm
will
good to go
teleport
then.
everyone into these positions to start off with.
Cool.
All right, if we're all ready, then we'll start at the top of initiative. We have Crystal. Crystal, what you doing?
Yeah, okay, so she's going to use part of her movement, I think, to get across to Izumi. And she's going to cast... hold on 1 second. Protection from good and evil on him.
Ooh, very nice.
Which I can post the spell description here, or it looks like Avi's got it.
Yeah.
And then, let's see, how far away? Those are 5 feet, the squares?
Yeah, each one is 5 feet. So I believe that's about,
cool.
If you're going to the right, then that's about 25 feet you've used up.
Okay, then I think she will use her last 5 feet to move slightly away from Izumi. Back 5 feet, so that should put her within... is that going to put her within 30 feet of Professor, or is that just going to take her 5 feet away from Izumi?
So you're going like 1 square south, basically, like from where you were next to Izumi. Okay, let me count that.
Yeah.
You're just shy of 30. You're about 35 feet away from what I can tell. So.
Okay. If she stayed where she was, would she be within 30 feet?
Let me check. No, it'd still be about 35 feet. I'm not going to try to calculate with the diagonal with that slight thing. So...
No, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
All right. Then in that case, yeah, she'll move the 5 feet away from Izumi.
All right. Let me update the map. Okay. So there is our map currently. And anything else you want to do for your turn, or?
I think that's all she can do so far. Yeah.
All right. Okay, and now that Crystal's done with her turn, for our next turn, we pan over to the stage where Aurelia, still tied to her chair, is being forced to watch all of this go down. Her head is kind of bowed down a little bit so she doesn't have to look directly at this. If anyone listens very closely, you can hear she's kind of like quietly singing a little song under her breath, and you might recognize it. It's one of those silly little songs that Prof was singing to her and Crystal when you guys were crossing the ballroom earlier. Seems like she's
so cute.
Yeah, she's singing it to kind of try to distract herself or calm herself down a little bit. It seems to be going a little, but there's only so much she can do in a situation like this. Meanwhile,
Oh god.
yeah. Meanwhile, just behind her, um, her four altars, all of them tied to their stakes. Some of them struggle a little bit, but after a while, they kind of give up. The binds that are holding them are particularly strong, so they quickly get the sense that like they're not going to really be able to do anything here. Um, uh, Behind them, though, still tied to the cross with the thorny vines, uh, Angelique is still struggling, though, even in spite of the fact that like she's not making any headway. Even as the thorns dig into her skin even more and make her bleed, she struggles and struggles, like she's desperate to break herself free. And even a strangled sort of noise comes out of her throat, but she can't get anything coherent out with the thorns that are around her throat. Even so, she continues to struggle as best she can. And with that done, we move on to the next turn, which is the Prince of Gourds. And the prince just kind of smiles at you guys and says, and of course, he has to talk because this guy cannot stop talking, and he's doing these stupid little like theatrical gestures as he's speaking. He's saying, "Aw, not even going to attack me? How disappointing. Why don't we make this interesting? I'll give you all a chance to hit me before I really start fighting back." And aside from those little gestures, he doesn't seem to do anything this turn. Or maybe he did do something, but if he did, you guys can't really tell what he did. So that is his turn. The map is unchanged, so I believe next in the order we have the professor.
I have to decide what he's gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, mm, oh yeah, duh. I cast slow, like I always do.
Of course you do. All
Right to
right,
fetch it up.
Whiz save, please.
grab that. Whiz save, and that is a spell save. So, unfortunately for you guys, he has advantage on saving throws against spells.
Fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
All right.
Not surprising. Type of
Yep.
creature he is.
Mm-hmm. That is a
Ah,
20.
beats it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, all right. That's my action. Bonus action. What do you have, Professor? You already used those. Okay. Um, hmm. I think, uh, I think he, uh, I think he hears, Aurelia doing that, and, he grins and starts to sing along, and gives her, Bardic Inspiration D10.
Oh my god, that's so cute, man. You can't just do that to me. That's so cute.
Uh, this really amuses me because it really were really stupid songs. If I remember, the ones I referenced specifically was like, I know a song that gets on everybody's nerves, and like 99
Yeah.
balls to pop on the wall.
Yeah. Yeah, she's
God.
singing one of those ones.
Oh my god. Okay, bonus action, movement, Professor. Do you need to Will it help you to move?
We are in like a line.
Good point. I mean, there's 3 of us. I think we're gonna be in a. Okay. Let me. I can move him a little bit. Just so we're in slightly less of a line.
All right.
How about just 2 squares forward?
Okay.
That'll
we can do that.
suffice.
That'll work.
Is that going to put us more in a line?
I mean, you can
It
like move
depends
him
where
where he
you draw
wants
the
at
line.
least. Yeah.
Like, if you're thinking of like lightning bolt, I don't think he could get like 2 of us, but not all 3.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Right. Yeah.
And that's kind of going to be the case no matter who moves where, I think.
Fair enough. Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
If there
Alright.
were more of us, you could be a little trickier with that.
Fair enough. Alright, so that is your turn. Let me update the
Mhm.
map. Alright, and with that, Azumi, it is your turn.
Did you move the wrong person?
You did.
Yes.
Peck, that was. Oh, sorry, hang on.
Mhm.
Sorry. Mixed the two
That's
of them up.
okay.
Invalid.
Oh, no, did I mark the professor as the brown one? I thought he was the orange one. Hang on, I need to rename these.
Professor's orange.
Professor is
You
orange.
said
We still...
Professor was orange,
Yeah,
and then
sorry,
Azumi
that was
was
my bad.
brown.
I mislabeled these. Okay.
Mhm. It's okay.
Yeah, for a little peek behind the curtain, I have all these on like a drawing program that have like an individual layer for each dot, so I can
Mhm.
like move each
Oh,
one.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
Yeah.
Nice.
Alright, now for realsies, Azumi, what you doing, buddy?
I don't trust like that, first of all.
Mm-hmm. What? He's just standing around. He's not doing nothing.
So for my bonus action, well, real quick, first of all, the grid is 5 feet by 5 feet, right?
It's actually larger than this. I'm just like honing in on like this area. I made it a lot larger because you guys are basically just in like a big like dark void right now. The only thing like the only landmark is the stage.
No, I mean like, is each square 5 feet?
Oh yeah. Sorry, I said that earlier, but yes, each square is 5 feet, the standard.
Okay,
So
I missed that. In
no
that
worries.
case, bonus action turning on the flame tongue. Action. I'm probably gonna regret this, as even if he is feral, he doesn't trust like that.
Mm-hmm.
What can I roll to try and decipher what exactly he's plotting by taunting us?
Let me
Probably an
see.
insight.
Yeah, I'm going to say. Let me check this.
I know there's like an insightful fighting feat.
That is true. Yeah,
I don't know if you have that.
I'm gonna say roll insight. Yeah, insight would work here.
Insightful fighting is
Well, it
wait,
doesn't
no,
matter
is that...
if it's like deception versus insight to get a sneak attack on him, basically. If you're an inquisitive rogue.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a
Uh-huh.
very specific for
Yeah, I'm gonna
Inquisitive.
Inquisitive rogues. Okay, okay.
Roll straight insight.
Give me a second, I forgot his mod.
And I think I'm gonna probably roll deception against this. Let's see. Ooh, very nice. And ooh, unfortunately, he beats you by 3 points. Yeah, you look at him and he's just, smiling ever so innocently, or at least as innocently as he can, with a mouthful of razor sharp fangs like that. But yeah, if he is up to something, you can't tell what it is. So,
Hmm.
Mhm.
Does that eat my action?
um, hmm, I'm gonna say no, just for fun.
Okay. God, I'm trying to decide. God, a lot of his abilities aren't that helpful unless he's got a way to get into melee range, and I don't trust like that.
Yeah.
He
Well,
doesn't trust like that. And
yeah.
okay.
We don't want Crystal in melee range, or frankly, any of the girls. So if you want to coordinate with the professor, like he is not great at melee range, but he can like help a rogue. He can flank. He can be distracting. He's a good rodeo clown.
This is
No,
also part of the reason why Crystal gave him the protection from evil and good, was to hopefully help him out while being in melee range.
yeah, the issue is that like without being able to determine what exactly he's planning, I don't know what to do. So like my two options were to taunt him right back or get close and not hit him.
Up to you, man. It's your call.
Or you could. No, you already started doing things. You can't like put your action aside. What is it? Delay. You can't
Hold
do
I
that.
mean,
action, yeah.
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 Because you already did the bonus action, so I think it's like
Yeah,
do
yeah.
hold action first thing, basically.
Mm.
Okay.
You could dodge. That's always an option.
That is true.
That is true. Okay, what? Let me calculate distance real quick then.
Yeah.
I think 30 will get me like right up in his face, right?
Yeah. You're
Right.
exactly
In that
30. Yeah.
yeah, in that case, what I think what he's going to retort right back, he's going to say, well, I've got a better idea. And he's going to charge right in and lift the rapier as if he's going to hit, but he doesn't. And he says, "You hit me." And I'm going to take the dodge action. um
That's fun.
All right.
um
Yeah.
I have a question and you can't say no.
Mm-hmm.
As a free action, can I have Koro like in on the stage just like bouncing between each of the girls trying to help?
Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna say Cora doesn't really have the capability to free them or anything, but he can absolutely be on the stage for emotional support.
Like the singing got me, okay?
No, I love this. I love that you guys are doing this.
That's my turn.
All right. So here is the current map. All right. So that is Izumi's turn, and we would be going on to Crystal's turn. However, uh, the prince is going to use a legendary action.
Mm.
Go for it.
Mhm.
Yep.
Hit me.
Yeah.
So yeah, so the prince grins back at you and says, "I've got a better idea. Why don't I attack?" And Crystal, you hear a voice directly like next to you, right in your ear. Her. And the prince that's standing in front of Izumi flickers and vanishes, and he is now standing right next to Crystal, right to the left of her. And so what he did, remember when I said he was doing those like theatrical little gestures? Yeah, he was casting mislead. Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, he is going to use he's going to use a legendary action, and this one eats up 2 out of 3 of his actions. He's going to assault. He's going to make 1 attack with his weapon. So let's see, +9. All right, Crystal, does a 23 hit?
Yeah, I mean, she does have mage armor up, but that's also still going to hit through that.
Yep. All right, so yeah, so he swings that staff with like the flaming pumpkin at the end of it. So yeah, so you are going to take that many force damage, and you are also going to take. Oh, actually, wait, no, shoot, he was using uses Actually, no, he cast a spell earlier, so I'm gonna say he did one-handed for that one. Okay, and what's the other one? Image. Okay, there it is. Okay. So I was looking for the right thing. Okay. And that many necrotic damage. And hang on, one more
Ooh,
thing.
okay.
Okay, and also he has another little ability. Your hit point total is now reduced by an amount equal to half the necrotic damage taken. So now your hit point total is 5 points less.
Okay, so she has temp HP, and I think she's got 19 points of HP. So
All
how
right.
does that work with it?
I'm going to say because it's temp HP, that effect does not affect you this time around, so your HP maximum is still the same.
All right, cool.
Yeah, that sounds fair. But yeah, he hits.
What's your?
Hmm?
Oh no, you go ahead.
Yeah. Now I was just going to flavor that he swings his staff at you, and rather than the fire from the pumpkin burning you, it sort of like just like sucks the life out of you, basically. But fortunately, because your temp HP, it doesn't like hurt you very much, if at all.
Yeah, she's still got some HP left on her shield thing.
That's good. All right. So with that legendary action out of the way, Crystal, now it is your turn proper.
All right, cool. I will figure out hit point stuff in a moment. Okay, so he's right next to her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. And moving, uh, would take I think she has 19 temp HP, so
I think it's when you take damage. I think
Yeah.
it's the wording of it is when you take damage. So temporary
Yeah.
HP counts.
Yeah. I'm gonna say that.
yeah.
Yeah, that'll be the case here.
Okay, so do I need to roll concentration then?
I know you're not
All
because
right,
of the
cool.
temp HP ate that.
Okay. Well, she has 2
Oh,
points on her temp
Mm-hmm.
HP now.
Alrighty.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's all good.
That okay, just checking that's been cleared up. Yeah. So moving would take her out of melee range, so she'd probably have to disengage if she wanted to get out of range.
That is true. Otherwise, you get not the attack.
Okay. I'm just checking what I've got. I could. There's one that's like riskier,
Mm-hmm.
and one that is a little bit safer, and I don't know which one she's gonna go for. So, uh, I'm gonna roll a d2.
All right, leave it up to the coin flip.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. She's going to cast fire shield, the
Ooh.
cold shield version,
Ooh.
which I'll get. How do you do the armory thing? I always forget.
It's exclamation point spell, no spaces, and then space after spell, and then you write the name of the spell.
It's only if it's in the player's handbook, though. Otherwise, you would have to connect Aurelia to your D&D Beyond account.
Okay.
I can also grab it for you because I got it connected. So
Cool.
you're doing the chill shield. So.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I don't. I'm trying to figure out if she's going to move because that would still be an attack of opportunity.
Mm-hmm. Up to you.
It does proc. I mean, if he takes the op attack, though, then
It'll proc
Yeah, it would
into
instant
proc
bonus
it.
turn.
damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think she will. I think she will move backwards away. Well, not backwards on the map, but like away from him, like horizontally.
To the right, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. So how many spaces to the right?
I think 3 spaces.
All right. Let me move that. All right, and let me roll my opportunity attack. 22.
Yeah, that'll hit.
All right. Fortunately, he's still doing it one-handed this round, so. Oh shoot, I think for the. Okay, no, I did do the +4 on that one. Okay. And necrotic. Ooh, all right.
Yep.
So there goes the
All
temp
right.
HP.
Yeah. And that would be taken out by the force damage probably, because that would be enough to knock the rest of the way out.
That is true. All right, and let me
Yeah.
see how
Okay.
much of your total. Hang on, let me divide this. Okay. So yeah, usually I know in Bash we usually like round up, so I'm gonna round up for this one as well because you guys need to round up as well for half damages like this.
All right.
So yeah, your
Yep.
HP max is reduced by 7.
All right. Yep. And I'm gonna roll the cold damage.
Alrighty. All
5.
right. Okay, 5. So unfortunately, he does resist the cold damage. So that is only going to be 3.
Fair enough.
Yep. Yeah, interesting enough, though, even though he resisted, like, you do see him kind of, like, shiver for a moment. He doesn't seem to like that very much for some reason.
Ha!
Hmm.
No idea why.
Well, sorry for all the coughing, by the way. I recently got over a cold, so that's still kind of lingering a little bit.
Oh
Mhm.
no.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's the end of her turn.
Alrighty. So yeah, that is Crystal's turn.
But she did take damage that time, so I do need to roll concentration.
That is true.
It's been a while. Remind me again what I need to roll?
So roll a Constitution check, and the
Save.
total you need to beat is either a 10 or half of the damage you took, whichever is higher, basically.
Yeah, alright.
Okay, yeah, you're
Yeah,
fine.
it's
Yeah,
fine. It's
you're
up
fine.
still.
All right, so that is your turn. Okay, and all right, so that's your turn. So the prince is going to invoke another legendary action because he has one left for this round. So he is going to teleport in that sparkly little way that he does with those little like stars that look like they're drawn out of crayon. And now let me grab the map. He is directly behind the professor. Hello there.
Hello, prick.
That's a funny way of pronouncing prince, he says with a grin.
Hmm.
All right. So that is so that's that legendary action. So now next in the order is Aurelia. Good news is well she did seem a little bit more hopeful after like you guys do efforts to cheer her up a bit. Unfortunately, seeing Crystal taking all that damage definitely affected her quite a bit. She's kind of like flinching and closing her eyes in fear, not wanting to see like her friends getting hurt like this. Uh, Angelique, meanwhile, has only is seems to have only like encouraged her more to keep struggling, despite the fact that like the more she struggles, the more she gets hurt by the thorns. And once again, like a strangled noise comes out of her mouth as though she's trying to say something. What it is, you guys can't tell, but she seems very determined to say it, judging by the fact that like, she keeps trying, even though the vines around her throat are getting tighter and tighter. So that is their turn. And now we cut over to the prince. He finally gets his turn proper. So the prince is going to go for a multi-attack. So he's going to do one attack with his staff first, and then he'll do some other special little thing. We'll get to that in a moment. All right.
Can I cast a spell as a reaction?
What spell would that be?
Temporal Shunt.
Ooh.
It is a 5th level spell. What?
I'm fucking love that spell!
It's a 5th level spell. Makes an attack roll or starts to cast a spell. Range 120 feet. Attack. Well, yeah. So you have to make a whiz save.
Okay.
Or vanish, basically, for
I love
a
this.
round.
All right. Once again, he
It's
does get advantage because it's a spell save. Honestly, though, I am praying
yes.
that this fails. I really want this to fail. Oh god, that mention on the dice and it made him panic. Oh god.
All right. So the professor tries to cast something, but he resists it, and you may go through with your multi-attack.
All right. So does a 17 hit?
Oh, a 17? Hang on. Meets a pizza, yeah. That
All
hits.
right.
Can I take a reaction?
Sure. What do you want to do?
I want to cast Silvery Barbs.
Ooh.
Ooh,
All right. Let me grab that spell for us.
that's a fun one.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Permits momentary uncertainty to encouragement for another creature. The triggered creature must re-roll the d20 and use the lower roll. So we already rolled with advantage. I think that does mean I have to roll one more time. So,
Mm.
all right.
Yeah, it takes place after advantage or whatever.
Okay. So
Yeah.
11.
Is this for
That's
hitting the
sorry, that
professor?
was the wrong one. My bad. Darn it. Hold on. Okay, so. Okay, that's the. Okay, so that is a 23. So yeah, so he
That was
still sticks with the 17, which still hits, unfortunately.
yeah.
Yeah. Professor has.
Prince
I'm
of
gonna give the
Gourds.
professor advantage on the next attack roll.
Very
Very good,
nice.
thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right,
All
so
right,
that.
multi-attack, staff, and something else, you said?
Yeah, so let me roll the damage for this first. Okay,
Mm.
so. And since this is now on his turn, he switched to doing the two-handed, so this is going to hit a little bit harder. So.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, never mind. That was a 1 on the damage. Sorry. And let's
Mm-hmm.
get that necrotic damage. Okay, so your hit point maximum is reduced by 4.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that was force damage and necrotic?
Yes.
Okay. Mhm.
So yeah, you also get smacked around with the staff, and like I say, you would feel the. Actually, did because what your motivational speech earlier? Did you give yourself temp HP?
My what?
Because you're the one who gave us like the temp HP earlier. Because you did motivational speech, right? That's what it was.
Motivational speech, yes. That gave me 15 temp HP.
Okay.
So
So in that case,
does that?
the hit point maximum reducing does not happen, so you're fine.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. Sorry, I nearly
Very
forgot about
good.
that.
Yep.
Okay, and for the other thing, all right, make me a wisdom save, Prof.
Oh, certainly. I have advantage because of my spell,
Ooh, lovely.
which thankfully is still up. And good
Mm-hmm.
thing I had advantage. Okay, that is professor's wisdom is kind of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm.
what is your save, no bonuses. Super. Thanks, Prof. Well, that's an 18.
Unfortunately, that does not make it.
Uh,
Ooh.
okay.
Yeah, fortunately for me, that means I get to flavor this. So,
Mm.
Prof, as he is hitting you with his staff, you see the bangs that have been covering his eyes, the upper half of his face, as of now. His bangs part, and let me grab the art for this.
Mm.
I have a little something. Let's see where I put this thing. Uh, all right, and a big scopo warning for the folks who are watching this. So yeah, the bangs or his face part,
Ooh.
and you see this. You see
Mm.
large singular eye that takes up like a good like half his face with uh this like horizontal pupil on it, the same sort of like goat's eye that has been
Mm.
burned into your guys' palms. And you see this, and you are terrified of this. You now have the frightened condition, and because of that, um, you are going to have to use your action to dash and move away from the prince by the safest route possible on each of your turns. You will be able to reroll the save at the end of your turns, though, so you've got that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Frightened. Okay.
All right. So yeah, that is his turn, which means that we are on to the professor.
Does his specific thing has a thing that says I have to dash? Because the frightened condition by itself just says I have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of the fear is within line of sight, so that would be him.
Yeah.
And the creature can't willingly move closer.
Yes. Let me grab the description of this ability for you, just for reference.
Okay, so I don't have to run away. I just can't move closer.
No, it is different. Yeah, check this out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So while fighting the
Okay, let
target, you
me.
must make a dash action and move away from. Also, I did unintentionally spoil the stat block with this. Sorry about that.
That's fine. I'm not gonna look it up.
Okay.
Mm.
But yes, yeah. So
Yeah,
you'll
I'm
need to
reading.
make ability round on each of its turns. But you'll be able to repeat the save once you're at the end of your turn, so you can repeat the whiz save. But yeah, I will also say that there are technically like 3 different directions you could run in. So
Oh yes, that I am aware of.
Mm-hmm. As long as it's away from him.
Take
I mean, this
dash
is the
action.
utmost effect.
Repeat the saving
Of course,
throw
we're finding this.
at the end of each of its turns, ending the effect. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Understood. It is a special frightened.
Yes.
And it is my turn now.
Yep.
All right. Then indeed, Professor will make a dash action towards the stage.
Very good. And
So that
I do believe that the prince can get
60.
another opportunity attack onto him because he's moving away from him, and because this round is reset, so he has his reaction again.
Sure.
Yep. So yeah, sorry about this, Prof. All right. Ooh, 27.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Mm-hmm. I had a feeling. So there's your force damage, and there is the necrotic damage. Ooh, you rolled high on that one.
Mm.
Mm. And so
Okay.
yeah, there's going to be I believe that will take out the temp HP, so that is 8 points off of your maximum HP total.
Mm-hmm. Okay. If I can make it work. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I show dash action. That's double speed, so 60 feet towards the stage, wherever that puts me.
All right, I'll count that down for you.
And then I could still do a bonus action. Well, I think. Oh, do I have a bonus action spell? I don't think I have one that's useful right now, but I can check. No, I don't appear to. All right, then in that case, let's see, how am I gonna flavor this? Because I want to do another bardic inspiration. I think it would be really funny. like he gets frightened and just kind of like startles and like runs off and like gets attacked again, but like at the end of his dash he does just like a cartwheel. And gives bardic inspiration to let's give it to Crystal. She needs something.
Thank you.
Wait, am I close enough to give it to her? Hang on. I think I am. I think the range is oh god, what is the range of bardic inspiration? Oh wait, within 60 feet. No, I don't think you are within range.
No.
I will give it to Angelique then.
All right, you do that. I'll save that for later.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right, that's my turn.
Mm-hmm.
Candle, could I know what Crystal's HP is because I have to do healer strats?
Yeah.
If you don't
Hold
want to
on one
say it, you can
second.
stick it in the thing.
Yeah, I might stick it in the thing just then it's easier to reference.
Mm-hmm. If basically if I don't write it down, excellent, thank you. If I don't write it down, I will forget and not heal anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Is that second number her max?
Yeah. Yeah, the
Normal
reduced
max?
maximum.
Reduced max. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it was only down. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, good to know. Thank you. That is my turn.
Mm-hmm. All right, so that is Professor's turn, which means we move. Yeah. Prince is not going to take any legendary actions this turn, so we move on to Uzumi.
Alright, so I assume with his current positioning, that is just enough for me to get, like, right up in his face again.
I do believe so. I'll count it out for you. Yeah, did I update the? Yeah, the map's updated. Oh wait, shoot. Oh, and I didn't send it. Hang on. There we go. Okay. But yeah, we'll double check for you. So.
Just enough.
All right, so I'm gonna put you to his to the west of him. I'll show you
Yeehaw.
just to double check that it's looks good.
So, Azumi's petty as shit.
Mm-hmm.
As he's coming in, he doesn't have to use dash, which I'm like really relieved about. Um, as he's coming in, he just goes, "What are you, a coward? I said hit me!" And he's going to attack and then offhand attack.
All right, go for it.
Nice.
I regret to say it's been so long. I forgot all his like modifiers. Give me a sec.
Nah, it's all good.
So 26 and 23.
All right. Good news. Those both hit him.
Cool.
And make sure you roll your damage types separately. Just
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. Okay, let me do all that math.
Mm-hmm. Math, the funnest part of D&D. Said no one ever.
Hmm.
All right. Okay, let me calculate all of that.
He's
Alrighty.
trying to go for like a strike specifically, like just for thrust with the rapier.
Yeah, now you're good.
Just
So
to
yeah,
make it hurt.
so good news, you did a decent bit of damage. Bad news, the fire seems to just kind of like glance right off of him and does nothing. It doesn't even leave a burn on his clothes or anything.
I don't think Azumi cares right now. He just wants to kill the guy.
Fair enough, just wanted to let you know. So that's your turn?
See if I have any bonus actions real quick. Yeah, I don't really have anything that can do
Because use your
for
action, your
bonus.
bonus action for those attacks, so.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
that's all good. Okay, so that's your turn. So yeah, the prince is going to use his legendary action. For this turn, he's going to use two of those again, so that he can attack you. So that's another attack with his staff. Oh, very well, since you insist. And I'm guessing that misses because that was only a 14.
Azumi just fucking sidesteps.
Yeah. All right, so that's that legendary action done. And I believe we are back up to Crystal again. Yep, your turn,
All
Crystal.
right. She is so there is a chance this won't work, but she's going to use Tasha's mind whip.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Let me grab that spell for you.
Yeah, you need to make an intelligence saving throw.
Alright. Alright, intelligence. Let's see. Alright. And as always, he has advantage. 21.
Yeah, that'll make it.
Yeah,
I mean, he
sorry
still takes
guys.
half damage, but yeah,
Yeah,
it
fair
was
enough.
worth the risk.
Yeah, sorry guys, he is really good against like spells.
So 4 damage.
Yep. Alright. And that is psychic damage. Yeah, so that's yeah, normal damage. Alright.
And then yeah, I think she's going to use her movement to move up towards the stage, just so then like yeah, she's like part way between
Alright.
the two
So
again.
that's 30 feet, yeah?
Yeah.
Alright. Alright, let me update the map. Oh, actually, I just realized, Professor, did you reroll your wisdom save at the end of your turn?
Oh, I did not.
Oh, yeah, sorry, almost forgot about that. Do that now. Let me just update the map.
Yep. Would his thing count as a magical effect?
Looks like it, from what I can tell. It's an ability, but, like, I mean, it seems pretty magical, so I'm gonna say yes.
Cool. I forgot that since he's wearing the coat, it's advantage against it. Doesn't matter! I rolled so low!
Oh, no! Aw.
I got, the highest number I got was a 2.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
Oh, buddy.
Oh, that's fun.
Oof. Yeah, now you are still terrified of that horrible, horrible eye staring at you.
Yeah. Just, he's got the heebie-jeebies. Gross.
Mm-hmm.
um, it's somebody else's turn. This was just,
Yeah, that was yeah. So that's Crystal. Crystal finished her turn, I believe.
Yeah.
All right. So yes, now we are back on Aurelia's turn. So Prof, you're like near the stage, and you can see Aurelia from there.
mhm.
She's kind of like looking down at you from up on the stage, and you can see she's starting to tear up a little bit. And she says to you, "I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Professor. This is all my fault."
No, no, not at all. We agreed to this, fair and square.
But you're getting hurt because of me. I can't do anything. I'm so sorry.
Can
It's,
Azumi hear this? Because he's going to be biting words.
I mean, talking is a free action, so
yeah, we're in a big open space. I bet you can hear.
yeah.
Alright. Want to be sure. Will you stop that, Aurelia? We are getting hurt because of the devil right in front of us, not because of anything you ever did. None of this was ever on you. Do you understand?
Mm,
Don't,
yeah.
Azumi, don't.
Yeah, she doesn't respond. She just kind of like sniffles again and kind of like shuts her eyes.
Now take a deep breath and hang it in there.
Hmm. Actually, for flavor, I'm gonna roll wisdom to see if this helps. Let's see.
Hmm.
Oh, unfortunately, that's a 9. Yeah, she takes a
Mm.
few shaky breaths, like trying to do what she's told, but it just kind of devolves into like little hiccuping sobs. She's not like full on sobbing, but like you can see she's shaking quite a
Yeah.
bit. Yeah. Uh, Meanwhile, at the back of the stage, Angelique is still, by God, she is struggling as best she can. I mean, at least the good news is that like these thorns aren't like causing her to shatter, but like she is like started bleeding quite a bit.
Mm.
You now, so Prof, now that you're a bit closer, you can kind of hear like a little bit of like what she's attempting to say. So you hear, or really,
She's saying Aurelia's name.
yeah, she's trying to say her
Eh,
name. Mm-hmm. Oh, did you hear that all right, guys?
Oh, yeah, I got it. I just wanted to make sure there wasn't anything extra that I missed.
Okay, good. Yeah, I just want to make sure.
not on my end, but
Yeah. Okay.
Aurelia, I think she's trying to get your attention.
Yeah. I'm gonna say that's their turn for now. Um,
Mm.
all right. So we move on to the prince once again, and let's see. Yeah, I think he's just gonna actually. Here's what he's gonna do. Um, let's see. Azumi, I'd like you to make a charisma saving throw for me.
right?
Oh.
Just want to
Oh,
point out,
no.
the protection is still up, so target can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by a fiend.
That is
It was
true.
a 23.
Okay, either way, that would have saved. So, all right, yeah, I'm gonna flavor though just for fun. So yeah, Azumi, you definitely hear like you can feel like some sort of charm magic like start like wrapping its way around your mind, or at least attempting to, as he's saying, um, we really don't have to fight like this. I'm sure there's something
Oh,
you
fuck
want.
yourself.
Wait, can I say my little thing before you interrupt?
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry.
So,
Zumi's like
no,
chomping.
Sorry, I'm trying to see my little thing. Alright.
Right ahead.
Alright. I'm sure there's something you desperately want, isn't there? Perhaps we could help each other if you'd be willing to.
How about you die, first of all? And second of all, we can talk.
Yeah, I want to say for flavor that Azumi, you definitely felt like him trying to use charm magic on you. So do with that what you will.
Yeah, I think. Does he go sicko mode now? Is the question.
Oh.
I mean, you could roll for it. Like, see what the dice say.
See, I feel like that would be wisdom and.
You could make it a whiz check instead of a whiz save. That way you don't get advantage.
Yeah, that'll work.
How wise are these actions? Let's check.
Mhm.
That was a 9 on the dice.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Oh. Yeah, that sounds about right.
So in fact, just as he's saying this, his face splits into an equally sick and feral grin as the smile on the prince's face,
Mhm.
if not worse. And he's just, I am going to enjoy tearing you apart limb from limb.
Oh, there he goes.
Oh, you can't see it, but I am grinning so much right now.
I'm sorry.
Professor's just like, yeah.
It's that time again, folks. But we'll get to Zumi in a minute. Let's see. Yeah, I think that was. Sorry, let me double check. Okay, yeah, that was Prince's turn, so we can't do it. You can't do any legendary actions right after his turn. So, Professor. So yeah, Professor, you're still frightened. You're gonna have to keep fleeing with your dash action. I will note, unless you take the stairs up, it's gonna cost like an extra 5 feet to hop up on the stage. So I'll count it out for you. I'll just treat it as like 10 feet for that one square, basically.
That suits me just fine. Can I, huh. To take the dash action. What can I do as a bonus action? I don't have like an offhand thing. I have
Mm-hmm.
because I think the feature that rogues get that's offhand, I don't have that. I have 2-weapon fighting. Yeah, no. When you
Okay.
take the attack action, I can't do that.
Alrighty.
Okay, I'm just dashing, I guess. I'm just
Alright.
gonna kind of keep going diagonal towards Angelique because
Alright.
that seems the most useful direction if I
Alright.
can break out of this thing.
Alright, let me move you for that then. So it's 60 feet. So.
Hmm.
Alright. I'm gonna place you. Let me get the map.
If there's a barrier like the back of the stage, then he can
Yeah.
stop. I
It's
think
like
as per.
exactly because that's like the farthest away you can run, basically. Yeah, there's like a
Mhm.
backdrop with like some of the like painted scenery still back there. Yeah,
Yeah,
put you
that
there because
looks
that's
good.
like that's the farthest you can get. So yeah. So and you can re-roll your wisdom save now.
Nice. Oh, much better.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Come on,
Uh,
come on, Professor.
oh, I don't think it makes it though.
Oh,
It's because he doesn't have the modifier. It's still just an
ooh,
18.
yeah, that's oh boy.
He has to beat a 21. He can't do that
Uh,
until he
unfortunate.
gets a nat 20.
God, yeah, I really want to give it to him. I really do, but unfortunately, I can't.
Yeah, hey, that's okay. That's all
All right.
right. He's just kind of like against the wall, like panting and like he's got a hand to his chest because oh god, his heart's a pounding.
Mm-hmm.
Like he hides fear well, like he's been kind of silly, but also it's still
Mm-hmm.
magically induced fear, man. Like
Mm-hmm.
yeah, he's still terrified.
Alrighty.
Yeah. That's God. Uh I don't think I can justify another bardic inspiration at this point.
Yeah.
Uh
Plus, I think you're too far away from everybody. Like you're very far away from Azumi, and both
oh,
Angelique
that's
and
true.
Aurelia
I already
already
gave
have
it.
it. So yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Okay, I don't have anything else.
Yep.
That's his turn then.
All right. And let's see here. Okay, so the prince is going to use another legendary action. He's going to do his attack one that burns 2 of those. So gonna do that at Azumi.
Hit me.
That is
Still doesn't hit.
15. He cannot hit this man.
Oh god. Insane cackling from this Mr. Detective man.
Mm-hmm. The good news is he seems to have like definitely be holding his attention because he hasn't been teleporting around like an a-hole like usual. So that is one bonus. And speaking of bonuses, it is your turn, Azumi. Go off, buddy.
Okay, before I do anything else, I just realized that the short sword is +1.
Okay.
So I don't know if I'll ever retroactively like do anything with that, but if not, that's
I think that'd be
fine.
like, well, it's still magical. So, did you add all the damage properly, or?
Oh, I completely forgot because every time when I roll damage for offhand, I realize that like you don't add like damage modifiers to that, and then I
Right.
forgot that the +1 no matter what.
Okay, so you got like 2 of those, I believe, or was the short sword the slashing one?
Short sword is the only one that has the +1. The flame tongue
Okay.
does not have like a modifier for damage.
So
Okay,
like
but
give
still
him
counts
2
as damage.
points.
Yeah. Well, if it's just the one, then I think that's just if it's a +1, then it's just 1 more damage, I believe. So,
Yeah.
all right. So I'll just subtract 1 more point.
Mhm.
Alrighty.
Um. See, I'm trying to decide what would be funnier
Mm-hmm.
or what would be smarter. Because the mental image of just punching him in the face is so good.
Mm-hmm.
It is. Um your healer can't take actions. If I want to put a vote, can I put my vote towards the smarter action?
Well, in that case, hmm, I'm trying to decide then.
It's ultimately up to you and what your character would do.
You have healing word is bonus action, right?
I don't have that one.
Not, of course not.
Aw, man.
I'm I am a healer build bard, but I have not had the opportunity to take that spell, alas. That's why he
Mm-hmm.
favors life transference so much. It's because
Mm-hmm.
it's his only ranged healing spell.
Okay. All right. So the idea then would be to land a hit and then move to try and get into range of Prof, so Prof can do a bonus action thing if possible.
I don't.
I, however, don't know how to assist with the whiz save.
I
Mhm.
might have an idea for that.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I
the
will need to
only
run it by Kit first, but yeah.
the only bonus action things I can do right now, it's just bardic inspiration. That's the only thing I have.
Right.
Then in that case,
Everything else is an action, which I
Mhm.
am not allowed to use right now.
I think in that case, keeping him here while Crystal tries to sort out what's going on with Professor is probably the better bet.
Yeah, because like I
Mhm.
said, he definitely has his attention on you right now because you're going feral. He is very interested in that.
Mhm.
All right, the good old 1-2. Give me a
Mhm.
sec.
Actually, since talking's a free action, maybe for helping with flavor, like Crystal will call out, "Can you keep him busy? I'm gonna check on the professor."
With pleasure.
Mhm.
I don't know, that short sword's gonna hit.
Ooh, both of them hit. Just make it.
Yes!
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, we got it.
Yay!
Mhm.
Okay, here we go. I rolled min damage on the fire, but it's the fire,
The
so I'm
fire
just
does
like,
nothing
wow.
anyway, so.
Oh, I have found a loophole for myself
Ooh.
because I am up against a wall.
Mhm.
If there is nowhere to move, it needn't take the dash action. So
Exactly. I was gonna. Yeah, I was gonna say that.
now that
Yeah,
I am here, yeah, I can take other actions.
that is true.
I did not realize that before. That is, uh, I think I can handle it. If Crystal wants to do something else.
Yeah, I was just gonna wait for your turn to tell you that, but yeah, since you can't go anywhere.
Mhm.
So that's disregarding the fire. I just like rolling it because numbers go burr. That's
Entirely
12.
fair. Very, very nice. All right.
Mhm.
All right. So that is Azumi's turn, and doesn't really have anything he wants to do. There's nothing you can really do with his legendary actions, so he's gonna skip over on that, and we go to Crystal.
Okay, so I have dispel magic.
Ooh,
Um,
very nice.
Mm.
but I am uncertain how the level part of that would work with this.
I'm gonna just
Mm.
say because it doesn't really have a level. I'm gonna say if you cast it, then like it'll dispel it, basically.
All right, cool. Then I need to get within 120 feet of Professor. If I
Yeah,
move towards him, will that put me in range?
I do believe so. I will double check for you. Let me see here. All right.
120. You might already be within 120.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, you're definitely within 120 from my count, so you don't have to move if you don't wanna.
All right, then she's gonna call out, "Professor, pull yourself together!" And she's gonna cast dispel magic on him.
All right,
Nice.
Professor, you are no longer scared.
Uh-huh. Yeah, he just like takes a deep breath and straightens up. Like,
Mhm.
oh boy. Thank you.
Mhm. All right, so that is Crystal's turn.
Yep.
All right. Okay, we are now on Aurelia's turn. Uh, Aurelia is unfortunately still crying at the moment. Still very frightened. But Angelique, she has noticed that the professor is right down below her. So she stops her struggling for just a moment to look down and very hoarsely calls out, "Help! Fiends!"
Mm-hmm.
All right. That is all they can do for their turn. So we will move on to the Prince of Gourds. Once again, surprise, surprise, he's going to go for another attack on Azumi. And I believe Crystal still got protection against evil and good, so I believe that means his frightful word will just
Yep.
auto fail. Okay, I just want to double check. But he can still smack her, assuming he hits. Hey, 25.
It.
Alright, that hits. Time to roll the damage. And he will once again go two-handed with this. Man, that's like the second time he's gotten minimum damage. Did not have any necrotic damage though, so.
Okay, so that takes like his temp HP was 15, so that means that like 5
Yeah.
would have dipped into his regular HP. Does that mean he's like reduced by 3?
I
Um,
might be able to help out a little bit. I'm still within 30 feet of Azumi, right?
yes, you are. I was gonna also say like
Cool.
5 damage because like that's all that managed to actually yeah, no, it would be 3 because like that's all the damage has been to like your hit points proper. So unless Crystal does something.
Crystal got back some temp HP from casting abjuration spells, so she has 6 temp HP, which she's going to use to shield Azumi.
And you can do that as a reaction?
I can do that as a reaction.
Alrighty. Okay. So that means so is that gonna
How
shield so,
many temp HP?
so I don't know anything about the temp HP, so that's gone, but for the 5 damage he did take, you have enough to block that.
Yeah, I have 6 HP on my arcane ward, which I can use a reaction to absorb damage on a creature.
Very nice. Alright, yeah, so Zumi, this one finally connects, but you briefly feel that sensation of like the life force being sucked out of you, but it goes away pretty quickly as a crystal intervenes. Alright.
If I'm right, he might be left with 1 temp HP because the professor's was 15 plus 6 from Crystal, and the amount of damage he took in total was 20. That's
Yeah.
21 versus 20.
Yeah, it
I
depends
thought
which way
that
we want to split it.
I thought that
Yeah, I'll
6
take.
was for Crystal, but
Right. Well, I don't think
I
you
can
can do
take the
anything
6
about the temp
points
HP.
first.
Yeah. Because I think you have to like take the temp HP first. To my knowledge, because you can't really like do anything about temp HP. That's why it's like special.
But wait, before she's able to cast, I mean?
Yeah, no, it would be a reaction. So because I'm debating here, like if you're able to do that to protect temp HP, like because I feel
No,
like you should.
not to protect temp. Well, because she's also casting temp HP, right?
Yeah, my
So
thing
why?
says
oh no.
when
No matter what, temp HP doesn't stack is the thing. So
Yeah, that's
like
it. You can't stack temp HP basically.
So
So
does that mean that she can't do the spell, or the
no,
spell
she can do the
doesn't?
spell. I'm gonna say okay. So I'm gonna say it depleted the temp HP, and she gave him 6, I believe. So now he currently has like full HP plus 1 temporary hit point. Does that sound fair, everybody?
Sure, I'm just trying.
I know,
I
yeah,
am
it's a little
just
bit
I'm
confusing,
legitimately
yeah.
trying to figure out how this works, and I don't know the order of operations.
Let's
yeah.
see. Okay. Next level, you can use your action ward versus hit points to take or to change damage. Because you're not really giving him 10 HP, it's basically like a pool of
No.
points from yours, basically.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So
Diverting the damage to Crystal.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna make a DM call that his temp HP is gone, and you absorb the 5 points. Now you have 1 point left on your arcane ward. Okay.
All right. Yep.
Okay, so that
Cool.
is that turn. Okay. So yeah, so that's the prince's turn, and now we cut over to Professor.
Cool.
All right.
Hello, dear. He's going to take I'm trying to figure out, because he could just my mind says, cut it off with a knife or a dagger, but like if if the vines have HP, he's gonna go for a bigger weapon.
I'm gonna say out of character, no, they do not. You just it's just somebody has to hit them. I was gonna have you roll an attack roll just for flavor to see like how well you're able to hit them, basically. So do whatever you want. Yeah.
Okay. Then yeah, just gonna take out the multi-tool knife and see, that is rolled low, but my modifier might make up for it. 15.
15. Yeah, that'll do it. So yeah, it takes a bit. It's a little tricky because like she is high up, but fortunately the vines are hanging down in a way that you can reach them, and you use your very clever brainy brain to figure out which vine you need to cut to get the one around her throat to go slack.
Is he able to cut her down all the way, or just that much?
I'm gonna say with that roll, no. She's still hanging from the cross with the vines, but fortunately the one around her throat is gone. So once her turn rolls around, she'll be able to speak.
Nice. Let's see. That will have been my action. Can I do anything else? I don't think I can. I don't think he has a reason to move yet because he can't do anything else. Yeah, all right, he's staying put.
All right. And that is Professor's turn. Oh, by the way, there is something I have been doing. I keep forgetting to tell you guys, though, so sorry about that. Azumi, I want you to roll real quick before we get to this part. Roll a perception on the prince, and I'll give you advantage on this because you're like right up in his face.
Avi?
I am rolling.
Okay. I had a feeling.
Not his best, but
Oh no, that'll be more than enough. Okay, so yeah, so Izumi, you haven't noticed this initially because you've kind of been in bloodlust mode. But you take like a brief second to kind of like look at him, like really look, especially at like the damage you've been doing, and you have been doing a pretty decent amount of damage. But as you look closely, you notice like some of the wounds you've left have closed up a little bit. And so it looks like he's doing something to like regenerate himself, for lack of a better term. Interesting thing though, I'd say with that roll you can figure this out. You didn't see anything like this happen like early on in the fight, like after Crystal hit him with that like cold attack. So that's what you observe.
Doctor.
Yes.
I think we're gonna need a little bit more ice on this wound.
All right. And we will get to Izumi's turn in a sec, but as always, the prince is going to use his legendary action to do yet another attack. So let's roll that bad boy. 24.
Yeah!
Yep. Sorry, Izumi.
Help me!
Fortunately, at least one point of that will be eaten up by the arcane ward, I believe. So you got that going for you.
No, because she's already used her reaction this turn.
Ah, gotcha. Never mind then. Okay. All right. Yeah, Zumi, take that damage. All right. Good news is that now that he's done screwing around, it is your turn, Azumi.
Okay, I have a question about the flame tongue because I have never seen this clarified.
Mm-hmm.
Without active, if it's going to eat up a bonus action though.
I mean, it really doesn't make a difference, like, if it's on fire or not. It's not really hindering you by being on fire. It's just that, like, the fire damage doesn't do anything. So I'm
Yeah,
guessing
well,
yeah.
the question was whether or not it will still count as like magical damage, but like
I'm
either
gonna say,
way,
yeah, I'm gonna say yes because the weapon itself is magical, so, like, it's just inherently magic with or without the fire turned on.
okay.
Yeah.
Either way, that would eat up a bonus action. So I think. Do
Yeah,
I
I think don't
have
worry about it.
anything? I'm double checking his spells real quick. He probably doesn't have a lot, but
Mm-hmm.
okay, I don't know. I don't think he cast Blur earlier, but that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
A bit too late for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go for old reliable.
Alrighty.
Actually, I forgot to calculate his damage. Give me a sec.
So you guys having fun?
Oh yeah.
And to God, he rolled the same number twice for both attack rolls.
Alright, both of those hit, just barely.
Hmm.
Rolling damage. Ooh, very nice. So that is a 10 total on the damage. Alrighty.
I.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably a note for future Avi in the next turn. maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But I really want to see about getting the staff out of his hand.
Hmm. All right, we will see that in the later turn. So yeah, that's your turn for now, though?
Yes.
Alrighty. Yeah, we will do a break very soon after we hit a certain point. You'll see in a moment, but it's coming up very soon. In the meantime, though, Crystal, it is your turn.
Yeah. All right. All right. So I'm having a look at my spells, and I don't have that many. I do have cold spells. Problem is, one of them's a cantrip, and the other one isn't. But I kind of didn't. I took it and then I didn't take it, kind of thing, when we did the long rest.
Okay.
So I don't currently have it up. So yeah. I guess it's gonna have to be the cantrip then.
Alrighty.
Which is Ray of Frost. And that is a ranged spell attack. So do I need to do anything for that, or do I just roll that?
Yeah, so you roll your spell attack, basically. It should be somewhere on your sheet. Like your attack.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I was just checking that like I didn't need to do it at like disadvantage or anything like that.
No, there's nothing on here about that. Just a spell attack, so.
Cool. All right. Oh god, that's a terrible roll.
Yeah, tragically that does not hit, so. And yeah, it looks like it's save or suck,
that's
so.
yeah. Unfortunately, no. Yeah.
All right. So yeah, so anything else you want to do on your turn? Any bonus actions you can do?
Not really. She doesn't have anything else she can do.
All right. So now we will move on to Aurelia's turn, or in this case, it's more like Angelique's turn. So yeah, so Angelique has been taking a moment to kind of like, like catch her breath because, she's been strangled by those vines. It's been hard to breathe that way, especially when she's been trying to like scream something out this whole time. But once she's had a moment to do that, she takes a deep breath in and she shouts, Aurelia Hydrich, I need you to make a contract with me right now. And Aurelia finally snaps out of her stupor she's been in, like while she's been crying this whole time, and she like twists her head to like look over her shoulder from like where she's like currently stuck in the chair to look at her in surprise. And that is where we're going to take our break for right now. We'll get back to that after the break.
Ooh,
Yeah.
wow.
Very cool.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna.
All right.
Yeah. And we are back. So, as you guys are, presumably, I think all heads are probably turned to the stage at this point as Angelique makes that declaration. So she says, "Right, Aurelia Hydrich, I need you to form a contract with me." And once she's gotten everyone's attention, she takes another deep breath and continues. I, Angelique, will give you whatever power I possess to grant you the means to fight back, to change your fate from the doomed path it's currently on. I will serve you as your protector and remain by your side for as long as I am needed, whatever it takes to keep you safe. In return, I ask not for your name or your soul, but for my freedom. I want you to take me far away from this place and show me the outside world. Show me all the things my short existence has denied me. And the prince, who is like briskly stopped tussling with the Zumi to like watch this, he just grins again and like lets out another like one of his laughs. You stupid girl, that's not going to work. You're wasting your time. Now quiet down and listen to me. He made me using a piece of your name, some part of you, whatever it was. but he must have used some of his own power too. And if I still have any of that, then maybe it means I can do what he does. I know I can't promise it'll work, but we have to try something, please. And Aurelia, who's still craning her neck to look at Angelique, she's gone quiet again, very contemplative. Like she's thinking this over, really thinking this over. Um, like if this might actually work or not, if she should, take this leap of faith, so to speak. And you guys are
Mhm.
free to say anything if you guys want to add anything to this.
Sorry, all the Zumi is handing me is trying to get the prince's attention back on him.
Honestly, that's a
Mhm.
good thing. Yeah.
So he's just, oh, if it's so ridiculous, then pay attention to the threat right in front of you.
Mhm. I'll say, like, you guys in the
Uh,
background are probably clashing. Like, he's got his staff, like, up against your sword or your rapier, whichever one you're using.
the professor just looks delighted, looking between them like, well, I say go for it. That's a fantastic deal if I've ever heard one, and well, it's not like you have anything to lose.
I don't think I have anything really to add. Like, Crystal's just sort of like half keeping an eye on the prince and half keeping an eye on what's happening on the stage. She's
Mm-hmm.
not like yay or nay kind of thing. Like, that's not her place.
Mm-hmm. All right. I think Aurelia also looks to the other girls who are still tied to the stakes, kind of exchanges a glance with them, and all four of them are nodding at her, like they want to like give this a shot, like whether or not it works, they want to at least try, like anything at this point, anything to give them a fighting chance. And so eventually, Aurelia finally responds, "I okay, I trust you, Angelique. I, Aurelia Hydrich, accept this deal." And and Angelique smiles down at her with a confident smile on her face and says, "Then let our contract be sealed." And there is this burst of golden light that just shines out from the stage and envelops it. Prof, you definitely need to shield your eyes for a moment because this is like insanely bright.
Uh-huh.
Hmm. And when the light finally clears, you see Aurelia now standing on the stage. The chair that she was tied to has been shattered to pieces on the ground, and the crown that she got earlier, which she hadn't put on yet, she had just been holding it before, and then it had been sitting in her lap this whole time, is now sitting atop her head. And there's also this like ethereal sort of veil coming at the back of it. Looks very pretty, and you can see her. It's like shining with this intense power. And next to her, no longer on the cross, but now standing, or rather floating by her side, is Angelique, who previously had a single, kind of very battered, feathered wing, which was like constantly losing feathers in a pretty bad shape. She now has a pair of these gray feathered wings, which are now like full of healthy feathers, and she can and fly with ease now. One other thing about Angelique, not really that big a deal, barely worth mentioning. She is only 1 foot tall now. She's approximately 1 foot tall,
Hmm.
and she is floating next to Aurelia's side.
Oh,
My
Laval?
goodness.
Yep.
uh,
Take a wild guess which kind of warlock Aurelia is, because she is now a warlock.
mm.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Crying!
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
All right. And now it is Aurelia's turn proper. So, yeah, she is going to, let me move her. Alright, I'm going to place her right here, and I'm going to move Angelique as well. Alright. Let me update the map for everybody. Alrighty. So there is our current map. Alright, so that is where they're positioned. Aurelia is a decent few feet back away from where the prince was, and she's moved away from where her... Oh, hang on, ignore that. I accidentally... oh wait, no, that's profs. Sorry, for a second I thought I accidentally copied Angelique's dot on there. And there are two of her, but no, okay. So yeah. So Aurelia like glares at the prince, and she feels this compulsion, like from this power that's now coursing through her, to raise both of her hands and point them at the prince. And let me roll this. All right, he needs to make a Constitution save. Let's see. Let me see here. All right. It's actually not as good as some of his other ones. Unfortunately, he still has advantage. Let's see. 18. All right. So that does pass her DC. Da-da-da. Let me see here. Mm-hmm. Okay, so it looks like the spell is save or suck. So let me pull this up. All right. So yeah, it does appear to be save or suck. So unfortunately, he does not take this damage. All right. And let me also draw on the map because this is 30-foot radius. Thank you for bearing with me while I figure all this out. So.
Take your time. Take your time.
Yeah, so good.
This is
All right.
VDM move.
Yep. Yeah, this is actually pretty big because it's a 30-foot radius, so. Okay, I believe that should be correct. And he's going to be just on the edge of this, just so it doesn't accidentally hit Azumi. Okay. Alright, so here's our current map with the radius of sickening radiance there.
Nice.
Okay, so yes, that is her turn. So she's able to conjure that up. Unfortunately, it doesn't do him any damage, but that is there now. And she'll be holding that. Alright. And so once she gets done with that, oh, and I should also note that Angelique is she's currently wielding a much smaller version of what looks similar to her regalia. It doesn't have the letter on it, so it seems more like it's a copy of it. Yeah, she has her little golden scythe, and she is definitely looking like she's ready to square up. So
Angie.
very, very hanky. She is ready to square up. Alrighty.
Nice.
Actually, she can go slightly a couple of notches farther because she can. She has 40 feet of flying speed. So I'll put her here. All right. I have so many more pieces to roll around now that she's in play. Alrighty. Okay. All right, and with that turn finished, we are now on the Prince of Gourds' turn. So the Prince of Gourds, he's been like, he sort of like, held an arm up to block, like when the sickening radiance came down first. But as he lowers his arm, he is not grinning that sadistic grin of his anymore. There is a furious scowl on his face, and he is gritting his teeth with anger at the two of them, and he hisses at them. Uh, you impudent, thieving little wretch. I was going to show you a little bit of mercy once I dragged an apology after you, but now, oh, now. And as he's saying this, his body begins to transform into a much more monstrous-looking shape.
Hmm.
Yeah, his fingers like extend into these nasty-looking claws, and similar ones appear on his feet, which like bust through the shoes he's wearing. So now he has this like nasty ass clawed feet. This like this tail grows out of his back, like this forked tail. His horns grow a little bit bigger and like curl a little more, and that mouthful of like razor sharp teeth grow to the point where like they're barely even fitting in his mouth. And he says, I'm going to make both of you regret ever being born." And he's going to run towards them, not even like worrying that like Zumi's getting an opportunity attack on him. He's going to make a beeline straight for them. So before he does anything, Zumi, you can make your opportunity attack.
I hate to be a rules lawyer.
Mm-hmm. What's up?
If the spell is still active, if the spell, like, I'm reading the spell description you put up, the
Yeah.
spell is still active, he is starting his turn there, I think that means he has to make the con save again.
Let me see here, because I might have actually made them save too early, because I think it might start like when they start their turn. Moves into spell's area for first time on a turn, or starts its turn there. So yeah, I think that roll I made for him actually did it like a bit too early because I did it on Aurelia's turn.
Alright, fair enough.
Yeah, I think
In that case, I'll just...
Yeah, that was okay. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. But yeah, it's good to clarify that. But yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah, Zumi, you can roll your opportunity attack before I do anything.
That is with the rapier.
Mm-hmm. All right, that will hit.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Almost max damage on the magical
Very
piercing.
nice. All right. So yes, the good news on the max damage. Bad news because you didn't take any cold damage or radiant damage for that matter. This round he does regen, but because you did exactly 10, that negates it basically. So he's back to where he was.
Yoo-hoo.
So there's that. Let me see. I'm gonna roll a d2 to see like which one he's gonna go after first. Da-da-da. Okay, he's going for Aurelia. All right, so let me. And I should also note, in addition to this transformation, he also sprouts a pair of these like black leathery bat-like wings out of his back, and he's going to use them to fly 60 feet. Yeah, that's how you know he's pissed. He's not even like using his teleportation, and bothering with that. All right, let's see. All right, so I used about 50 feet based on how I moved him. Let me update this. All right, and of course he is going to go for his usual attack. All right, and that does indeed hit her, unfortunately. So, oh, that was max damage on the force damage. And let's see, necrotic. Okay. It makes sense he'd be hitting pretty hard because
I
he is
mean,
pissed. Good news is she had
I
the temp
don't think
HP, so
I don't
yeah.
think Aurelia is within 30 feet of Crystal, so I can't use my one temporary hit point to help.
Ugh, yeah, sorry. So yeah, there's that, and because this is the attack he's doing on his turn, he can also use his frightful word on her, so she's gonna have to make a wisdom save. She does still have that bardic inspiration from Professor, though, so. Yeah.
1 second, I just want to check something.
And if motivational speech is, no, that would take out all of it.
Yeah, no, her temp HP is gone, unfortunately.
All right, so she doesn't.
Can I cast Counterspell?
Ooh, yeah, you can absolutely cast Counterspell. So I'm gonna say that will negate
Yeah.
the frightful word. Very, very nice. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. I was just checking the range on it.
Yeah, nice. Actually, do you want to flavor this? Because I imagine that he does the thing again where he's gonna show Aurelia his eye to scare her like he did Prof. What does Crystal do to counter that?
God, I don't. It's a vocal component, so I think she would shout something at him, but I have no idea what she would say.
Can I make a very...
I have an idea if you want. She could shout something like "Don't look at his eye" or something like that.
Yeah, actually, that would probably work.
I have a very silly, stupid suggestion.
What is it?
Oh.
Grolix air horn him.
Oh.
Okay, on the one hand, that's amazing. On the other hand, I don't think Crystal would.
Fair enough.
I'm sorry, but she wouldn't. She's not that sort of tune, unfortunately. So I think she'd just shout the word of advice at Aurelia.
Yeah. All right, and she definitely takes it. She very quickly shuts her eyes when he's flashing that big scary golden eye at her, and it seems to work. So she is safe this round, and that is his turn. So, Professor, it is your turn, and good news, since you are no longer feared, you can actually do stuff again this turn, so.
Yay. All right. Map. Let's see what's going on here. We are gonna... which one of these? Okay. What is the range on this? It is... Oh. That'll work. So I'm gonna do an attack with the Ring of the Ram.
Mm-hmm.
I have one charge left. So
Mm-hmm.
attack. Let's see, attack roll with a plus. Okay. So I'll roll the attack.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, come on.
By the way, is this like melee? Are you moving to melee range? Or is this just ranged?
No, it's ranged.
Okay, gotcha. Just want to make sure.
Yeah, well, it's not gonna hit anyway because that's a 9.
Yeah, that definitely will not hit.
Yeah, it just whiffs. Okay. Oh, no, I didn't. That's not what I meant to type. Yeah, no. But
Okay.
it was supposed to be a 9 total. But anyway,
Either way,
he's going to use all of his movement to go towards the Prince of Gourds,
Alrighty.
and Aurelia.
Okay. Let me move you. Move you. Let me get that. All right. I'm gonna say you have just enough. Yeah, I'm gonna say you can get off the stage. It's not gonna cost extra because you're jumping down this time. So.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. I moved you diagonally to try and get you as close as possible. So let me get the map. Yeah. Also, totally didn't forget to have Aurelia roll concentration on her spell. Let me just do that real quick. Good news is she has a feat to give her advantage on those saves. So, and I believe with the damage, because I don't think temp HP would count. So yeah, it's just gonna be a flat 10 for the DC. So. Okay, yeah, no, she keeps Sickening Radiance up.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Bonus action. Can I do anything with my bonus action?
Mm-hmm.
I gave... Who doesn't have a bonus action? I mean, who doesn't have a... Bardic Inspiration.
My girls still have theirs. I don't think Crystal has it.
Does she
Yeah.
use...
One of them used theirs.
Yeah.
I don't think we got
Wait, no,
because Professor wasn't within range.
Oh, you're right. He wasn't able to give her one. Yeah, I thought
That's
I
right,
was
yeah.
gonna, and then I couldn't. So, all right, yeah, I'm just gonna give her Bardic Inspiration.
Nice.
Perfect. Nice. All right.
That is my turn.
All right. And unfortunately, the prince is going to once again use his legendary action to do yet another attack. Let's see. 18. Yes, that will hit. Unfortunately, she does not have much in the way of armor.
Mm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ooh, dang, you rolled high on that one. Alrighty. Ooh, unfortunately, with those hits, she is not looking very good.
Well, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So fortunately now we move on to Azumi.
Cool. I'm gonna bonus action dash and get right behind him and flank with Aurelia.
Heck yeah! Alright, let me
I believe
move
that
you.
gives I
So now
believe
you
that
guys
gives
get
me
advantage. Yep.
yeah.
Perfect. Let me update the map.
Actually, given that I finally have sneak attack, can I use my inspiration from early
Oh
on into
my
this
god,
campaign?
yes! Oh, this is the perfect time for that. Okay,
Okay.
I'm now imagining like he is like just beating the heck out of this poor girl. Like she's still standing firm. She's like trying to stay as strong as she can, but like she is like starting to buckle a bit, like with all the hits she's taking. And then Azumi just menacingly rises up behind him.
All right. I am typing this in without
All the clicks.
duplication.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I believe with inspiration you would get auto nat 20 on one, an auto hit and auto nat 20 on one of your attacks. I believe that's how it would work.
Yeah, but either way, I used up my bonus action to dash to get in
Okay, so
there.
you only
Is
have
the
one
thing.
attack. Okie dokie.
Holy shit, that snake!
Ooh.
So that's 31 for what does hit. Doubled is 62.
Heck
Oof.
yes. Oh my god. Okay, let me calculate this. Ooh, yeah, I do believe he's bloodied now.
Yeah, he's just. Didn't I say to pay attention to me? Just
Yeah.
seething.
Yeah. I don't think he even like bites back with any banter. I think he just like snarls at you like a feral ass beast.
Oh, no, you really are the beast you are.
Mm-hmm. Alright, that is Azumi's turn. So we move on to Crystal.
Yeah. I am going to cast Ray of Frost again because she's still following up on Zumi's um advice from before.
Mm-hmm.
So
Alright,
I'm gonna make
make
another
spell attack.
spell attack.
Yeah.
All right,
Very nice.
and that's 2d8 cold damage. So I'll roll that.
Excellent.
And the target's speed is reduced by 10 feet until the start of my next turn.
Ooh. Fitting, because he's definitely not planning on going anywhere. Alright, and
Yep.
we'll have that because he is still resistant to cold damage, but fortunately that means he will not be regenerating this round. So that would be a
Yeah.
5 damage.
Which is nice because Azumi did a whole bunch of damage. And
Mm-hmm.
I think then I'm going to use my movement to try and get as close to Aurelia as I can.
Very nice. Alright. So are you gonna try and go to, like flank him on the other side basically? Or
Yeah, yeah.
alrighty. Alright, where's Crystal? Okay.
Because she's still got the ice shield up, so.
Alright, by my calculations, this is as you can't get quite to like the direct left of him, but you get pretty
Yeah.
darn close, so. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Alright. Okay. And now it is Aurelia's turn. Okay. Let me see.
How's she fucking feeling after Azumi just comes in with that?
Honestly, if she wasn't like riding high off of all this adrenaline right now, she'd probably be a lot more scared. I think she's definitely counting to herself lucky that Zumi's on their side, because if not, oh boy. Alrighty. But yeah, she is going to use Toll the Dead. So let's see here. Actually, Actually, no, she's gonna use Chill Touch on him because like that has a better chance. So range spell attack, and I do believe she has advantage because they are flanking. Mm-hmm. Ooh, that will absolutely hit. Mm-hmm. Let's see here. So that is 2d8 necrotic. Okay. Well, the good news is he doesn't resist it, so damage is damage. Da-da-da.
Mhm.
Yeah, he is definitely looking pretty rough at this point. Alright. And as her bonus action, she is going to command. She's going to command Angelique to attack him. That is one of the things she gets as with her Pact of the Chain pact. All right, so I'm going to move her, and I think if let's see, if I move her here, then she should also be flanking with Crystal. So we got that going for us.
Nice.
Look at the battle. I'm just imagining that one JoJo meme where they're all just ganging up
They're
on
just kicking everybody down. All right, let me double check what Angelique can do. Ba-ba-ba. Alright, so hit, piercing damage. Alright. So that is with advantage. Ooh, that hits too!
Mhm.
And that was a 19 on the die, ladies and gentlemen. Alright.
Oof.
And I think she says, like, actually, no, I have a good one. Okay, so I think the friend like kind of snarls at her and says like, "And just what do you think you are going to do with that puny little toothpick?" And she raises the scythe up and slashes at him, and she gives a mighty battle cry, which you heard from Izumi earlier, of "My ass!"
God, momentarily snapped out of sicko mode just to give me the colon D face.
Yeah, I should know. Angelique has no idea what that actually means.
Mhm.
All right.
Just heard Azumi yell it. Sounded good.
Yeah, that's how I make it
Stop.
up in battle cry, right, guys?
It's okay. They'll tell her later.
Meanwhile, up on the stage, Lyra is just like just sighing so very deeply through the gag.
Oh god.
Alrighty. Okay. that. Alrighty. Okay, so yeah, so that is the girl's turn. And you managed to do a pretty decent little chunk of damage, all things considered. Unfortunately, it is once again the prince's turn, and let's see, I'm gonna roll. I think we do wisdom at disadvantage to see if he like takes Izumi's taunt or if he keeps wailing on Aurelia. So let's see, wisdom at disadvantage. I think I'm just gonna use straight wisdom for this one. 17.
It is a tough one to decide on, huh?
Yeah. Unfortunately, I think that's probably high enough that he would resist the urge.
Mm.
If
Yeah.
That's
he's
fair.
attacking Aurelia, the professor is going to use his reaction. He has an item. Where are you? I know it's. Where is it? There it is. Daisy flower pin. If the wearer sees a child within 30 feet of them being targeted by an attack, they may take a reaction to impose disadvantage on the attack, or advantage on a saving throw. And the wearer then gets advantage on their next attack.
Alright, so yes, he will get disadvantage on this attack. Alrighty.
Mm.
Oh god, the other one would have been a nat 20.
Woo!
Unfortunately, that still fails.
Oh
boy. Well, fingers crossed that it will roll poorly on the damage die. Actually, Crystal can give like that 1 point of abjuration, so.
Yeah, I can also potentially do. No, I don't know. Disadvantage doesn't stack, does it? So yeah, I can
It
use
doesn't,
that.
sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oof, that was pretty high. Oh god, I hate that. I hate that so much. Yeah, unfortunately that knocked her out.
Okay, well, I think my turn is next.
I will say one of those points will not have made it through because Crystal did use her arcane ward to block one of them.
Unfortunately,
Wow.
she only had like 14 points left, so yeah, that necrotic damage that knocked her out. Yeah, I think you guys just see like the
Alright.
light like leave her eyes briefly, and she's still breathing, but like she collapses to the ground.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. We're back to sicko mode.
All right, so that is the prince's turn done. Professor, you are up.
Yep. He's going to going to move to Aurelia's other side and cast Cure Wounds at 4th level.
Oh, thank goodness. All right, roll that.
Mm-hmm. Alright, that is 24.
Excellent. All right. Yeah. Actually, for flavor, I have an idea. Maybe like she collapses, like she's about to hit the floor, but Prof like runs in and grabs her and like heals her up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yee.
Alright, dear. It's not bedtime yet.
Yeah, she kind of like gives you a quick thank you before she stands back up.
Do I have anything else I can do? I don't think so. Nope. That's it.
All right, let me double check. So where next to Aurelia are you? Are you like to the west of her or the north of her?
For now, west.
Okay. So I'll update the map.
I know that puts me in melee range, but it's what he would have done.
Alrighty.
Just ganging up on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Surrounding him.
On guard.
Yeah. I mean, let's be real. If the other girls weren't still tied up, those other 2 slots around him would be filled up right now.
Furo is trying to get through their minds. It is not helping.
Yeah. Oh, he's chewing on him. He's doing his best. Yeah. I know when Aurelia temporarily went down, Evelyn definitely started like struggling against her bonds, and she's got murder in those eyes. Like she's just like, what, like let me at him, but sadly she can't move. All right, so that is the professor's turn. All right, as actually, yeah, now it's the professor's turn. Prince is gonna once again, as he always does between your guys' turns, do an attack this time. I think this time around, like, he wasn't like paying attention. He's like once Ori went down, like he turned around to like put his focus back on Azumi, like so he hasn't like noticed that she's back up yet. So he is going to attack Azumi this time around.
Hey.
Hey. Oh my god, he got it now.
That one.
Ah.
Oh god. I think he turns around so fast to like try and swipe Azumi that he like temporarily like loses his balance and looks like an idiot. He just like
Yes.
struggling to get his balance
It's
again.
those big ass wings.
All right, with that embarrassing little failure out of the way, Azumi, your turn.
Yeah, Aurelia's no longer incapacitated, which means I still have flanking advantage.
Yeah, you do.
My dice, where to go?
Mhm.
Okay, so the first roll was an 18.
Mhm.
I get advantage on both hits if I BA.
Mhm.
Yeah, okay. Um,
Uh huh. What do you get?
so on the rapier, the second hit number, the second roll was a 19 on the dice. For the short sword, the first roll was a 5. The second roll was a nat 20.
Hey!
Oh.
Can I
And you can
do
absolutely
can
put your sneak attack on the one that got the nat 20.
Okay, thank you. I was just about to ask.
Yeah, no, please do. I want this to happen. You guys are so close. Azumi's going heckin' feral.
downside of being a high-level rogue is all those dice.
Mm-hmm.
5 plus 18 is 23, doubled is 46.
46, and then plus a 7, that is 50 damage. Okay, you're not gonna believe this. That is exactly how many hit points he has
Oh.
left. Azumi, how do you want to do this?
Okay.
I think I have an idea of what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Uh, how much flavoring am I allowed here? Like, how much space do I have to go hog wild?
I'm gonna say yes. The answer is yes. I'll pull you back
Okay.
if I need to, but like, honestly, go buck wild. You've earned it.
Okay. So what here's what he's handing me. He just growls under his breath, "I'm going to make you the laughing stock of the hells." Before he just uh with one of his weapons, probably the rapier, I think he's just going to tear a big hole in at least one of the wings.
Ooh, yeah, good one.
And then with the short sword, just stab right through his chest.
Yeah.
And stay there, why don't you?
All right, and with that, the battle is won. And yeah, and the prince is now just pinned to the ground. And he struggles for a moment before he goes slack. All right. And it seems you guys have won for the time being. However, Aurelia chimes in like, "Wait, what about his regeneration thing? We should do something about that." And Crystal, it is your turn currently if you want to hit him with the ray of frost.
Yeah, I think she will.
And you definitely
Do
have
I
the
need
advantage on this one, so
cool.
alrighty,
Yeah, I'm gonna take that advantage.
please do. There we go. Yeah.
There we go.
All right, just for good measure, you blast
Yeah.
him with cold and ensure that like those wounds are not going to close up. Granted, it would be kind of
Yep.
difficult for them to close up around the dang sword, but still.
Yeah, it also makes her feel better.
All right. All right. But yeah, as he's pinned to the ground, you see his body is like kind of starting to dissipate, like it's turning to ashes. Um, and it's happening like slowly enough that unfortunately he does have one last monologue in him from the looks of it.
Sorry,
Damn, don't have silence.
the groan that Azumi just handed me. Hang on.
Actually, as he's like dissipating in ashes, I will also note that the symbols that were burned into the back of your guys' hands, they are also starting to dissipate in a similar way, like they are fading away from your hands.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. All right, so he says, "This, this is far from over, I assure you."
Mm. Don't think about going back on your word now. You might regret it.
Oh
Yeah.
no! A deal is a deal. I could have accepted that, but you too. And he lolls his head over to look at Aurelia and Angelique. And Angelique branches her scythe again and floats protectively in front of Aurelia. You just made the biggest mistake of your lives. I don't take kindly to being stolen from.
Oh, I that's how. I guess that's how you know how your victims felt now.
Mark my words, this is not over. I, I will be back. You can only keep a devil down for so long.
All right,
Mhm.
and we'll be here to watch you then.
Then I look forward to seeing you in a year's time.
Do you know
Before
what
he spit in
happens to
his
little
face,
girls in a year's time?
Hmm?
They get stronger.
He's right. If you are going to come back, then I'll get even stronger and I'll fight you. I'll never stop up fighting you.
If I'm not mistaken, you did say if we won that you would leave her alone.
Oh, that deal may be all squared away. But what she did, this is most certainly not over. And he looks over to Angelique. But before I go, I'll leave you with this. I wasn't entirely telling the truth about your pocket mirror that it simply ran out of its enchantment. It was sabotaged by someone rather close to you. He had to pay the price for his deal after all, but I was willing to be a bit more flexible when it came to defining what sacrificing one's most beloved person meant. And he lets out a final like cackle that's interspersed with these like awful coughs as he fades away into ashes.
before he fades away, can Azumi spit in his face?
Oh, please do.
Add insult to injury.
Hmm. And as he fades away, not only do the marks that were on the back of your hands disappear, but also the stakes and the bindings that were binding the rest of the girls to the stage, they also fade away. And needless to say, all of them come rushing over to Aurelia, and there is just the biggest group hug ever. Yeah, yeah, they're all just quite a few of them are crying, and like they're all hugging her and saying like how glad they are that like she's safe, and like how amazing it was that like she managed to fight like that and use all that magic. And I think she chimes in with like, well, don't thank me. I mean, it's all thanks to Angelique. And the Angelique is kind of like beaming very proudly, like, so I guess this makes me your patron. Is that the right word? And I meant what I said. I'm gonna do everything to protect you, Ari. And Aurelia nods and she says, "Of course, and I'm gonna keep my end of the bargain up too. Or we're gonna get out of here, and I'm gonna show you the whole great big world out there." Uh, I think the two of them kind of like can't really hold hands now because Angelique is so much smaller now, but they kind of do like a little forehead bump. So, yeah.
Hmm.
But as you guys are having this happy little moment, the ground under you begins to shake, and some cracks start forming in it with a shattering sound, like the shattering of glass. And it looks like this world is starting to fall apart now that the prince is gone.
Uh-oh.
Uh oh. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, we need to get out of here. And I think Colette's the first one to like point out the gateway that's over there. And says, "Come on, maybe we can get out through there." And she's gonna take off running towards there. And I think Aurelia's gonna say, "Oh wait, but what about your box?" The red box, the one you came in.
Oh. What about the hall? It was in the Hall of Mirrors, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Oh gosh. Oh, okay, maybe you guys might need to run back. Oh gosh, I hope we can make it. We'll get out through the gate.
Okay.
Okay.
Which way is the hall?
And I think like as this place is like kind of collapsing in on itself, it's also sort of like starting to compress. So like you guys can see like it's all kind of like collapsing in on itself. I think like you can probably see like the faint bit of red from the ellipsis like off in the distance. I think like the ground is probably kind of starting to shatter. So yeah, now you have these like little floating islands that are like crumbling away as the world shatters apart.
Nice.
Alrighty. Okay.
Azumi, are you good to run? I can take Crystal.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Bonus action dash. Action dash.
Perfect. Alrighty.
Nice.
Nice.
I am taking Crystal with Dimension Door,
Nice.
500 feet, however many feet it takes, to get closer to the ellipsis and continue running if it's further than that.
Excellent. Just for flavor, I'm gonna have everybody roll a dex roll to like see how well everyone does.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
So just
I
dex.
will
Yeah.
I will say Crystal had been sort of wanting to make sure the girls all got out through the gate before they left.
Yeah, of course. I can. While you guys are rolling, I can quickly flavor that. So yeah, you see the girls go
Cool.
up to the gate, and there's a moment of hesitation because, as you'll remember, when Angelique tried to go through the gate, she cracked. So there's a little bit of hemming and hawing, and like, should we go through? Is it safe? I think Colette is the first one who's just like, screw it, I'm going through, and she jumps through, and miraculously, there's no sound of shattering or anything like that. She seems to go through just fine. And I think the girls all come to the conclusion that, like, because it was revealed that, like, this place wasn't actually their mind, it was a demi-plane that sort of reflected their mind. Now that, like, Aurelia has her name back and, like, the prince is no longer here, they can all basically escape back to, like, reality and, like, their own mind and body and all that. So you see
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so you see the entire group, all 6 of them in total, go through the gate, and they make it out just fine. All right. So, wow, Crystal got a nat 20.
This is
Very
the one
nice.
she rolls a nat 20 for.
Yeah.
Is this a save or a check?
Check, just a straight check.
Check.
All right,
Alright.
16 from
Zooming
Zumi.
16.
Mm-hmm. And a 15 from Professor.
15.
All right. I think it'd be kind of cool if, like, maybe you dimension door and you land on one of those, like floating rock platforms, and like, I think Professor like briefly stumbles because he kind of miscalculates where he lands, but with that nat 20, Crystal like perfectly grabs him and pulls him back up. Meanwhile, Azumi, I'm imagining him like just like jumping between these like rock structures as they're falling, and it looks really awesome.
My man sure is a Persona character.
Darn right. All right, but yeah, so yeah, after that cool little falling rocks escape sequence, you guys make it back to the ellipsis.
Yep.
Nice.
Professor opens it, makes sure everybody gets inside, closes it, and is immediately.
Oh my god!
Oh no, Corona's come along with you now. Corona's been with you this whole time.
Oh god, I forgot that.
Yeah, listen, as long
I
as we
feel
get
like
together, Cora will not be harmed, no matter what happens.
Azumi probably grabbed Koro under an arm.
I was gonna say I feel like it would be funny if Azumi's doing these backflips and stuff and Kura's just like tucked under his arm.
Yeah. And Cora's just like happily panting the entire time, like, I'm just happy to be here. I don't know what's going on.
The amount of times I've just gone, oh god, Koro, in this session alone.
Listen, is it legal to hurt the doggo? I made this very clear.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. But yeah, everybody's in. The professor will very frantically start to set the ellipsis to to take off, and it's very loud.
Mhm.
It's very shaky. It's not a good sound. This isn't really something it's meant to do. They've jury rigged it to be able to do this.
Mhm.
But it does work. I'm just going to roll a die to see how bad of a ride it is for
Mhm.
us. Not
Can
bad.
can we assist at all, like with helping the
Mhm.
professor take off?
I'll leave that
You
up to Oatmeal.
Yeah, if you want, the professor can give direction and it'll go a little smoother if more hands are able to do different things on the console.
Mhm.
So if you guys take direction, then I'd say let's see, not as bumpy a ride as it could be, but probably everyone still needs to do a dex save.
Mhm.
But the DC won't be as bad.
Cool.
All right, roll those dex
So,
saves.
yeah. Basically, if you fall, you'll take some bludgeoning damage, but it's not that big a deal.
Oh no, Crystal!
No.
Oh, that was a
Oh,
six.
Crystal.
Oh, honey.
Yep.
Why couldn't you have in that 20
Uh,
then?
Professor also didn't do great. So
Oh no.
both Crystal and Professor are going to take yeah, Azumi's fine. Gonna take just 1d6 because it's pretty mild. Oh great,
Mhm.
okay. Take six. Yeah, max roll on the damage though.
Oh
So take 6
no.
points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh man, you like
Nice.
smack her head or something.
Yeah,
Ooh.
pretty
Smack
much.
their heads against each other.
They
Oh.
might. Oh man. But land. The ellipsis does.
Mhm.
Albeit with some awful noises, and
Mhm.
she is back in the street in Villestown.
All right. And out of curiosity, because I know she's usually parked near the Layton household, would you have like moved her to like be outside Bill's hospital, or like attempted to land there at the very least?
I am unfortunately not able to do that for continuity's sake because this is basically the last time he's going to be able to have flown her for a long time.
Yeah, I had a feeling
Um,
considering what's been happening with her. So yeah, probably outside the Layton residence, right?
yep,
Or like
yep.
close to there. Okay, cool. So in that
Close, if
case,
not the same spot where it was.
gotcha, that makes sense. So yeah, so in that case, if you guys want to, once you've landed and gotten over getting smacked around a bit, if you guys want to go and check on Aurelia in reality, you're gonna have to run over to the Villestown Hospital.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
The professor's up for it. He will heal his teammates. Um,
Mm-hmm. Good idea.
uh, let's see. What can you still cast? Okay, 3rd level cure wounds. That'll get her to. Okay, add 16.
Nice. I think that gets her to her currently maximum HP point total at the moment.
Mhm.
Ooh.
And I'll just use another 3rd level on Nozumi for. Uh, let's see. Oh, actually, that's 17. Oh, well, it's maxed out anyway. Azumi, you get 21. And then for himself, Professor can cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level for. Now, please roll for me.
Wait, hang on a second.
14. Yeah?
I'm fairly certain that. Wait, no, I miscalculated. Never mind. I thought it was the funny number. It is not.
Oh
Uh,
man.
but yeah, he's healed. Aw. Yeah,
Oh
Professor will.
yeah.
If
I'll be
Koro is
Yeah, I'll read this for the recording. Koro took a moment to sniff and whine at the party members that fell over. Aww.
Yeah, I mean, okay, valid, considering that hit took Crystal below half health, so she would have been bloody from that.
Oh no. It's probably a good thing that you guys are
Yeah.
heading to the Villagetown Hospital because, I mean, granted you've been healed now, but with those hit point reductions, you might need it. Honestly, I have no idea, like, flavor-wise, what that would do to you, like, specifically.
I mean, it could just be general weakness.
That
Like
is
you're
true,
just
yeah.
not able to get your vivacity back up to where it should be.
Yeah, it's a kind of like not mechanically exhaustion, but like kind of a similar vibe, so to speak.
Yeah, you're kind of fatigued.
Mm,
Yeah, fatigue. There's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, Koro's gonna get pets, of course.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
He's a good concerned doggo.
Mm-hmm.
He's a support dog. That's what he was.
Yeah.
And he's doing a very good job. All
Yep.
right. So with that, you guys, I assume, return. You said, do you guys head straight to the hospital after healing? I assume.
I think so.
All right.
It's probably for the best that they do so anyway, because that's probably the best way they're going to get rid of that
Yeah,
HP reduction.
definitely.
Yeah. Professor can't
All
take
right.
care of that now. He doesn't have the slots.
Definitely. All right. So yeah. So you guys arrive at the hospital, and I think there's probably a few people who would like want to check you over because you guys look pretty beat up. But I think you would probably want to check on Aurelia first.
Yeah.
And I think just for fun, like I think inmate would probably be the one to escort you to her room, and I think they would be like kind of like they probably would have seen this before you guys, so they probably would have been sort of like how do I describe it, like but come in here, you guys are gonna want to see this, but like in sort of a happier sort of tone,
Mm.
like it's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let me do it. Let me do it.
Oh yeah, please do.
Give me a second. How do they phrase it? They're probably going to phrase it in an absolute backwards way, but give me a second. There's been a development. You might want to come see this.
Oh, of course.
And it's probably not helped by their usual kind of deadpan sort of tone.
They're trying so hard.
Oh.
What do we find?
Yeah. So you guys are escorted up to Aurelia's room, and in a very similar scene to when you guys first enter the room, you see her standing by the window, looking out at the sunrise this time, because it seems like you guys were in there in that demi-plane like throughout the night, and now it is morning. So you see her kind of silhouetted against the window, looking out at the sunrise. But this time around, she's not alone because she has a little shoulder angel sitting on her shoulder and watching the sunrise for the very first time with her.
Ah! Oh my goodness! Ah!
Cute.
And I think the two of them just kind of like turn around and smile at you. And I think that's probably where the scene would wrap up. Of course, like if you guys want to like come in and hug her, you absolutely can.
Yeah.
Whatever you guys would do.
Yeah. Professor definitely would. Make sure they're feeling better.
I don't think Crystal will give her a hug, but she will just like, make sure that Aurelia's all right, that all of the altars are all right, that kind of thing.
Yes, and she will confirm that like she can hear everybody. Fortunately, not everyone like talking at once because that might be a bit overwhelming. But she can confirm that like everybody's there. Yeah, and I feel like Crystal will probably also be looking over Angelique a bit. I think she's definitely going to be getting like quite a few lookovers because like she's just been given a new body. So
Yeah, pretty much.
yeah. Yeah.
Unfortunately, Asumi would not instigate a hug, but I'm pretty sure Koro would.
Absolutely, yeah. I think once she's done hugging Professor, she's giving Cora many, many pets. And I think Angelique can just like sit on top of his head and like pet him that way, just like scritch him right on the forehead.
Aww.
Yeah.
Professor will take his piece of the ellipsis back and thank Aurelia for taking care of it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
All right. And yeah, I think that's where we can wrap up. We'll talk rewards afterwards, but needless to say, you guys are definitely being paid handsomely for this. I think like once everything kind of settles down, Aurelia like contacts her aunt, and like you guys are paid for your efforts. Another thing, I'll get into this more later, like probably in the DMs, like the specifics of it. But when each of you reach into your pockets, like for whatever reason, after all this, you find seems like there a little bit of like the magic the demiplane must have kind of stuck around, but in a good way, because you guys find these little golden pocket mirrors, one for each of you, and each of you it has like a letter engraved onto it, that being your first initial. So I believe that would be S for Azumi, for Shiro Azumi, P for the professor, and C for Crystal. And I'll get into more of what those mirrors do in a little while. Yeah, but I do have one more.
Nice.
I do have one more thing before we wrap up. So let me get this. Actually, let me take a sip of water.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be ready for this, our little post-credit scene, so to speak. As we fade out from this happy scene, we pan over to somewhere far, far away from there. In the early hours of the morning, we see a room in an inn, somewhere in Furuma. And in that room, a young man sits at a desk, writing something. Let me get this.
Mm.
Uh-huh.
So he sits at a desk writing something, a stack of finished papers sitting next to him. On the opposite side of the room is a bed, its covers laying untouched. He has no need of it after all. He hasn't needed to sleep for quite a long time now. One of the many boons granted to him by a certain someone. Speaking of which, burning the midnight oil again, are we? You know, you're going to ruin those eyes of yours one of these days. The young man grimaces at the sound of the voice in his head as it shatters the peace and quiet he'd been enjoying. That was the other benefit of being able to stay up all night. All the noisy people were asleep in their beds, the clattering carts and horses locked up in stables. Nothing to distract him from his writing. So much easier to focus without all the background chatter. But, of course, there was one voice he could never ignore, and out of all of them, it was arguably the most irritating one of all. I take it you have need of me, then? He answers back over their telepathic link. Aw, now I miss you soon. That's the only reason I give you a call. Can't I just check in on my dear little warlock to see how he's doing? Perhaps have a friendly little chat and catch up on what he's been up to. He doesn't bother dignifying that with a response. He's used to waiting out his patron's ramblings. He'll get to the point eventually once he's done reveling in the sound of his own voice or whatever. Oh, very well. I can see that you are correct in this instance, at the very least. I do have another job for you. One that might be a bit more complicated and involved than usual, but I'm sure you can handle it just fine. He lets out another exasperated sigh at this, but resigns himself to it nonetheless. You should have known this would happen soon. Things have been quiet and uneventful for too long now. He'd be lucky if he could go a month without being sent out on some errand. But such is the way when one is bound to a contract like theirs. At least the timing was fairly decent this time around. He was basically finished with his latest manuscript, aside from a few finishing touches. Oh, and one other thing I should mention. This particular task will involve a bit of traveling. You're going to be staying over in Inkwell for the foreseeable future. At least a year by my prediction. Maybe more or less, depending on how well you perform your duties, but we'll see. Why Inkwell? Since when do you go looking for contracts all the way out there? Well, the thing is that this is less about looking for new contracts, though we will be doing that as well, but rather resolving a prior contract that remains unclaimed due to some interference, let's say. Someone trying to avoid paying up, I take it? Not quite. Technically speaking, they no longer owe me their soul. Or at the very least, I no longer have a claim on it. I'll admit, I got a little greedy and gambled with one soul in an attempt to get a few more along with it, but ultimately ended up with nothing. And sure, I could let that go if it was a fair fight, but they made the mistake of stealing from me, just to give themselves an advantage to ensure their victory over me. And I simply cannot let that go unpunished. The young man flinches slightly. It was rare to hear his patron sound legitimately angry, and if he had any modicum of care left in his heart for other people, he might actually feel sorry for whatever poor soul had pissed him off. It doesn't last long, though. After all, as long as he does as he's told, he has no reason to fear his patron. Protection given by a powerful devil, and freedom from his gilded cage, in exchange for his total obedience. That had been the contract, that had been the terms of their deal, and both would hold to it no matter what. Before I forget, though, remember that little request you had about wanting to see your dear little sister one last time? So you finally got around to claiming her soul then? Or would it be souls in her case? No, just the one soul. Each and every person only gets one soul to their name, no matter how many consciousnesses happen to be crammed into their skull. And yes, I got around to it, after spending months carefully constructing a demiplane that could properly contain all of them. Not to mention having to track her down after they moved her to a hospital in an entirely different continent, but I'm sure you have no interest in listening to me griping about my problems. I really don't, but I'm sure that won't stop. Wait, which continent did they move her to? He can practically hear the grin in his patron's voice as he answers. Take a wild guess. It's Inkwell, isn't it? Of course, it couldn't be that simple. Not with her. Not with anyone in the cursed family. A part of him feels a small sense of relief, knowing she's still alive and not condemned to being a gilded maiden, forced to spend the rest of eternity as an ethereal servant. But that feeling is quickly stifled and shoved away. He shouldn't feel anything towards that girl anymore. As far as he was concerned, his sister had been gone for good years ago. Even if that devil had managed to find some piece of her that still answered to that name. No, there's no point in getting his hopes up. Ignore those feelings. You have work to do. So, aside from scouting out more potential contractees, there are a few people I'd like to get a little more intel on. Get to know them a bit better, dig into their past, that sort of thing. It shall be done, sir. There's a good lad. Now then, Hugo, let's get to work. And that is where we will end our session for today.
Oh boy.
Oh.
And that is
Ah,
where we will end our campaign.
yeah. Oh man,
Oh,
thanks
wow.
for running both this session and this whole thing. It has been a wild ride.
It really
Oh, that was
has.
so fun.
And thank you all so much for coming along on this journey with me. It has been such a wild ride. I love you guys so much. It has been so much fun.
What a fucking cliffhanger. Kate!
I do this.
Uh,
Kate!
Tabby.
Bites you.
Oh, God.
Hmm.
Oh boy. All right, well, I think I shall end the recording here. But thank you to everybody who has listened to this episode, any of the episodes in the rest of the campaign, and all that. And I wish you all a very, very good time zone. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye!
Bye.